Hello, welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate, and if you are returning, then welcome back. And if you are new, then welcome in the first place. So this video is to announce the Align Your Life program challenge. I'm going to call it the Align Your Life challenge, but I just want to say in video here that it's not a competition kind of challenge. It's a challenge to self, a commitment to self challenge. So the Align Your Life Day workshop was something that came to me last year before the pandemic hit, which is interesting. I knew that it was, on its way because of the timing and stuff, but we weren't at a place of locking down at that point. I held it in this beautiful little space downtown Guelph that wasn't my healing space. It was a separate space. And I loved it. And I have always dreamed of bringing people together to teach and to support and to allow them space to create and to allow them space to, self-heal. That's something that's really important to me because as I've been on my healing journey and as I've been working as a healing practitioner now for, I think, like over 3-4 years now, but I've always sort of been this type of person. So it's like, when does a healer really start if you've naturally been doing a lot of it your whole life? But yeah. So one of the things that I've noticed in my practice is that it's very easy for us to kind of dip in and out of our healing and sort of back away out of fear without really labeling it as fear. It's very easy for us to get distracted and go back to sort of older patterns in material world. And so I sometimes would see someone for a session, feel like we made a lot of headway, see them a few months later and feel like, this seems like almost the same stuff that we were dealing with before. And the reason that that might happen is because sometimes the homework, doesn't always get followed or, and that's really, I understand why that happens. I'm not judgmental towards my clients. This is me trying to help sort of bridge the gap between what might be happening here. It doesn't bother me. I've been fine this whole time. If people see me once a month or if they see me every week or if they see me, once a year, that's okay. And I think there's more to benefit from if you're finding this work helpful, if you're enjoying the messages that I share. I really do want to encourage you to delve into that deeper for yourself. Like this really, it's not like for me to, I really genuinely want to help you understand how the alignment process works and where you might be missing things currently on your journey. Like there's such little shifts that allow you to get back into good place. The other reason that I felt like I needed to bring Align Your Life back was because I had been feeling kind of confused. A lot of people and friends and, clients or just, people in general, they like talking to me. I like chatting to people too. I'm a very, social, friendly person when I choose to be. And something that I kept hearing in these conversations was, I don't know how you do it, or I don't know how you could do that, or, oh my gosh, that sounds like the dream, or I wish I could do something like that, or even, even worse, like I'm jealous, or, like, oh, look at you, I could never do that, or, things like that. It doesn't really make sense to me when I'm sharing, oh yeah, I'm doing this right now, la la la. If someone asks me like what I've been up to, and the rest is, oh, I wish I could have that, or it's too bad I can't have, I just go, well, why not? Like, there's been so many times, it's so funny, especially actually, especially when I was like trying to do some online dating a while ago, because it would be, you're having these initial conversations with someone who doesn't know you. And the people who already know me know that I'm kind of like this and make a lot of, when I say like this, I mean, I make a lot of big decisions in my life. I like to move quick. I like to be creative. I like to have many things on the go. It's where I'm happy. That's not how I think everyone should be, but it's interesting to me how many people kind of like hide their inspiration, or they say, oh, that sounds like a dream, but it's like, they say it as if they're removed from that being a possibility for them. But I have to share with you the way that I got here, wasn't smooth. It wasn't wasn't a smooth, direct path. Um, and B, it required a lot of action, and it also required a lot of sitting back. But I'm pretty focused on my self-alignment. My whole word last year, my whole intention was alignment. And so after having really thought about this, I came up with a lot of different practices, but then distilled it. I was like, what do people really, really need? And so this 1 week program, I'm going to tell you what's in each of the days, but not like specifically what's in each of the days, just an overview. And yeah, what you can do is you can go to my website. So I'll just tell you like how to join first. You can go to my website. I'll link it below. And then you sign up for the Align Your Life program, the challenge, the 1 week challenge. It starts March 22nd and goes to March 28th for this round. And yeah, day one is we begin. And so I talked to you about signs and synchronicities, how to pay attention for signs from the universe. This might be something that you know, but I also think even if you're really paying attention to signs, I think there will be something in there that gets revealed to you. The reason I say that is because there's a lot on this list of things to look for or how to calibrate. And then, you also need to set up your mental framework to receive these things. So not only being aware that you need to be noticing, but also setting up systems. So what I mean by that, really quick example, just because this is the day one, I'll reveal this, is that, if you are looking for some sort of clarity on something, you can ask for a specific sign. And when that arrives to you, you will then likely have the clarity that you need on that. And that's a very, very powerful way of working with the universe. Not a lot of people actually do that. A lot of people see signs and synchronicities as more passive things to just absorb and go, oh, that's neat. Or, I wonder what that means. Or, what was I thinking about when that came up? I don't know. Stuff like that. So this is really bringing a lot of intentionality to the practice and the week that you're going to start. So it is the mission and aim that you're going to bring more magic and meaning and alignment into your life within the week. Okay. So I do believe that you're going to, if you say yes to this Align Your Life challenge, you're going to be in better alignment, a higher vibrational state by the end of the week. So long as you do, at least some of the exercises every day. If you at least do something from one of the emails that I send, then, you'll be set. All the content should also be available on my website, so you'll be able to access it kind of in different ways. And yeah, so that was day one, and that was just begin. We're just beginning on day one, okay, and setting up. And then day two is Intuit. So I teach you a few different tools to figure out what's going on in your subconscious, to figure out how to move through something. So if you come to the Align Your Life challenge and you go, I really want to get through this thing, this block, or this decision that I need to make, then yeah, that's something that you can really, really use day two for. So I will teach a few different elements to how to listen to your heart and spirit guidance. This is it's like a deep lesson, but also really simplistic. I feel like day two and the Intuit is actually going to be one of the shorter days, which is kind of funny. Okay, day three is Adapt. So if you listen to my recent weekly reading, then you would have heard me talk about Intuit, Adapt, Transform, which will come out later. But this is still using this concept, okay? Because I believe in it. So begin, Intuit, Adapt. And in Adapt, we're choosing new conditions. So this is really where we start to live more centered into our heart. And like literally, this is just going to be within the week, okay? It's in these moments that you take time for the Align Your Life. And if you end up doing more time with this content, then you'll get even more out of it, right? That's why I didn't set it up as a challenge that has, there will be questions, there will be things that I sort of ask you for so that you can stay accountable, but it's not a challenge like you're winning or you're getting like A to Z, because what you want to put into this, you can get out. So if you put a lot of really positive energy into this, you could get a ton more out than I can even imagine for you. Side note, one of the coolest things about the Align Your Life process has been watching the like almost absurd level to which things have aligned and changed for people. And there's always more than one, but usually a really big magic moment where they go, whoa, I'm getting goosebumps. and they go, whoa, I can't believe that all just happened. That was not how I expected it to happen. That's how alignment works. Okay. So I'm going to release a video probably this week or next week about what being in alignment looks like and what being out of alignment might look like. Just kind of like an open discussion about it so that you can know, are you on the line? Are you off? It's not on or off, just to give you a preview. So adapt is, again, finding these new conditions, new parameters, and the new way that you're going to walk this path of your heart, right? So it takes a little bit of time. You might take the 2 days to kind of get into that heart space. I don't expect that, day one on the beginning, you're going to see all these signs and synchronicities and have all your clarity, right? It's a process. So day 4 is transform. So intuit, adapt, transform. And then this is where we create a personal anchor statement, an intention, or like a word for ourselves, sort of to carry us through. And in this transform, there's going to be more to that lesson. What's important to understand, though, is that we've set up for seeing signs and synchronicities. And by this day 4, you're likely going to be feeling more connected, more in alignment. You're going to start having, like by day 4, if you're focusing on this, at least for, I don't know, like 30 minutes a day, if you go in, even 15, if you just have that, but better yet, an hour or 2, right? The more that you're focusing on this, even in your passive thoughts as you go through your day, the more that you're going to notice and see. And by day 4, you should really be seeing some of these things start to come through, or you'll be feeling more mentally clear, which makes way for new things to come through and kind of land, right? Day 5 is reflect. So this will be choosing positive thoughts, journal prompts. It'll be like looking at distractions and, reflecting on the intentions that you set at the beginning of the week. So really taking stock of your alignment. And if you have been, sometimes when people start working on getting into alignment, things, they're like feathers get ruffled. Things get changing all around them. And so this is a way to just sort of ground into self again and into the heart and reflect. Day 6 is integrate. So integration is a really, really important part of healing, and something that, in the Western medical system, and even I would say in many aspects actually, but in the Western medical system, we don't really currently have like the space created for a variety of reasons. I'm not hating on the medical system, but we don't really have the space to give proper aftercare, right? It's something actually my sister talks to me about. She's a midwife, and it's like one of the things that's really important to her is that they get to do all these postnatal visits, and they get to see, how things adapt and help in those beginning stages of the baby coming out into the world. And because we don't often integrate these things when we experience traumas and even medical physical health traumas, we don't always have that integration process allowed. And for me in the healing process, I think integration and celebration are the two things that the Western world is missing most of healing, because we're not landing things in our body, and then because we're not celebrating or expanding our joy, we're flowing along maybe in status quo. Okay, so that is integrate. There's a lot to that one because I have some kind of like bonus content about like moon cycles and things like that that you might like. And you can also just be soft on this day, and it's allowed, and then day 7 is celebrate. So purely celebrate. I actually have the first Sunday Soul Circle that day. So all the people who participate in Align Your Life are invited to join the Sunday Soul Circle. The first Sunday Soul Circle you attend can be free. And so if you join the Align Your Life Challenge, this one can be free for you. And then after that, it's just $44 for a year. And I'm going to hold them bi-weekly, I believe, as best I can. And I'll always announce that. But yeah, so I think bi-weekly Sunday Soul Circles, $44 for the year, just as a membership, as a token of appreciation for the work of, so that I can actually show up and it makes sense for me to show up. And hopefully that's accessible for the folks that are looking for sort of a way into receiving more guidance from me directly. And what we'll do on these Sunday Soul Circles is I'll intuit some guidance and things like that. But yeah, for this celebration focused, we'll meet a little bit before the Sunday Soul Circle to talk about how Align Your Life went. And then you're welcome to join us for the Sunday Soul Circle, which is more of like, I'll lead it and it's for, a group of folks. There's intuitive guidance, some time maybe to ask questions. And so it's sort of like group coaching, but also like a sacred circle, and also like, like friends around a fire, kind of like talking about where life's maybe at. And okay, so that's being in life, the joy of alignment you need to be celebrating, right? Because it's not really being in alignment to just constantly be working on being in alignment. Being in alignment is being thrilled to be there. And so I'd love to celebrate at the end of this week, you following these, different exercises that I give you, you will feel more aligned. You'll feel more energized. I'm so excited to see what's going to come out of that. And I really want to see that and celebrate it with you. And that's why day 7 is celebrate. So that is the Align Your Life program kind of sneak peek. If you are interested in this, if that flow kind of sounds like some things that you need, or some of the exercises sound like things that you might like hearing from my perspective, or just any of this stuff feels interesting to you, feel free to reach out. You can message me. You can also just go ahead and buy it. If you feel called, go ahead and say yes to yourself, because I think it's going to be a really cool opportunity. And again, I'm really excited for the place that I'm currently at in life. The reason I'm here is because I've practiced these things in my life. I've worked really hard on how to align my life. I knew it was critical. It was of critical importance to me in my life because so many things were out of alignment. And I'll share more about that too. I'll share more about what out of alignment has looked like for me as well. Because I think it's key to not just be like, I'm all aligned because everything works out well for me. So I hope I can just give you the same. And like, you just don't believe that I have ever been out of alignment. I mean, I would hope that you don't believe that about me, but awesome. So thank you so much for listening. If you're already here in the video, it feels like you're probably interested, because why would you have listened to this whole thing if you're not? So I would love to see you there. It's going to be a really sweet group, especially this first online Align Your Life program, right? It's going to be really fun to see what each person gets out of it. And I can give you a lot more individual attention than if I run this in the future. I might not be as hands-on throughout the week just because of time. So thank you so much. I hope to see you there. And yeah, whether you're joining me at the Align Your Life program or not, I'm wishing you well on your life alignment in the future. So thanks so much.